This editor Ebenezer again from Semani Enterprise Tutors, and I hope you've been following our tutorial videos, and if you have, I hope you've been enjoying yourself. Our last tutorial video we looked at character class, and we looked at a few methods. We looked at the equals to method, we looked at the compareTo method, and I went ahead before the whole tutorial to show you guys the ASCII code for every alphabet, for every key majorly on your keyboard. Okay, and today we're going to be looking at the right done before starting this tutorial. I've created an integer class. I've created a new Java class file and I named it integer class.java. Alright, so we're going to be looking at the integer class today, and for you to declare you do it like this: integer is equals to new integer. Okay, and then the value, like let's say 50. And the difference between this and the character class is that the character class, your input must be in quotes like this. Okay, so the integer new integer, I'll put this as 50. All right, okay, that, and then so this is the syntax for declaring what's it called now, an integer, all right, class variable. But before that, I want to show you guys the minimum and the maximum integer value. Okay, so in order to do that, I will just put out a print statement, system.out, all right, baby, don't be slow, we're live, .println, okay, and say the maximum value for an integer is, then I will concatenate this with integer dot max value. Okay, and then in order for us to find the minimum, integer dot, this would be min value. Okay, so I'll run this, right click, run as Java application. All right, okay, so this should be a print line. All right, and this should be a print line also. All right, so let's run that so it will be more readable. Okay, so the maximum value of an integer is 214748367, and then the, okay, so this should be minimum. All right, so run as Java application. Okay, so maximum this, minimum this. So to show you the implication of this, if I have an integer and I say integer dot, okay, say integer is equals to new integer. Okay, so if I put in this value and then just increase this by 1, all right, so you see the error, it says a literal this of type this is out of range. Okay, so it's out of range, that is more than what the integer class can take. Put it back at 7, we see it. Okay, all right, so if I took this also and then change this to 9, out of range. Okay, so it is out of range. So that is the maximum and the minimum value of the integer class. Okay, so the next one we're going to be looking at is we're going to be looking at the equals to method. So in order to do that, I would like us to accept this two integers from the scanner. Okay, call this b integer. All right, and then a scanner variable. If you don't know what a scanner is, please do well to see my last tutorial or my tutorial video about accepting values from the user. I'll drop a link in the tutorial below so you could see it. And I do also want to say that all these codes will be in my GitHub repository, so in case you don't want to type it, you can always get it from my GitHub repository. Just tweak the code as you like. So print, I would say enter an integer value. Okay, then I would say a integer is equals to scanner dot next int. All right, then the same thing will be for the b also. Then enter another anoth integer value, and then I will initialize this for the b integer. Okay, then system.out.println, then is okay plus a integer equal to concatenate this with the b integer, then concatenate this with this. Okay, so this is just to bring up a statement. Then I would say a integer, and this is the method that compare to b integer. Okay, now let's see, let's run that. I will comment this out as we don't need this. So enter an integer. Let me enter 54 and another integer 34. Are they equals to? Now you're wondering what this one is, right? Now for the equals to, for the compare to command, sorry, this should have been the equals. The compare to will treat it the next one, so let's not be ahead of ourselves. Okay, enter an integer value 50, 30. Are they equal? No, they are not equal. Okay, they are not equal. Okay, but the compare to, now let me explain something before. Now remember, the equals to gives us a boolean value, false or true. So if I run this again and then I enter the same value twice, 5 and 5, because 5 is my favorite number. All right, so if 5 equals to 5, yes, that's true. All right, but now we're going to be looking at another method dot compare to. Okay, so I'm going to be giving you the key that compare to uses now. Okay, now I should leave this. Okay, now this is the key. So dot compare, okay, to key. Okay, so I'll comment this, have like 3 comments. All right, now the -1, it has 3 values. It can either give you the -1, the 0, or 1. Okay, so for -1 indicates that the value, that's the value being compared to another value, is lesser. Okay, 0 means they are the same. Okay, and then 1 means is greater. Okay, so when I compare 2 values and I get -1, that means the value I'm comparing. Okay, so if I'm comparing a integer with b integer, it is -1, that means a integer is less than b integer. But if I'm comparing a integer with b integer and the value I get is 0, means they are the same. And if I compare a integer with b integer and I get 1, that means a integer is greater than b integer. Okay, so for us to just do that, I will do this and say is a integer greater than. Okay, so instead of this, let's use an if statement to check it. So we can do this if. Now if a integer now dot compare to b integer, okay, equals to, let's say equals to -1, then we can say, now if it is -1, we can then say that b integer is lesser than, okay, is lesser than a integer. All right, so another if statement. Okay, instead of writing this all over 3 times 1 2 3 is okay equals 0, then b integer is the same as a integer. Okay, so if this is equals to 1 greater than this, then the else statement for this if for this particular if statement, because if it is not minus, if it is not 1, it's probably minus 1. Okay, so else we can then say that a integer is greater than b integer. Okay, so let's quickly run this and see what we get. Okay, enter an integer value 50 and 30. Okay, is 50 equals to 30, which is this statement? No. Then 30 is greater than 50. All right, so let's check that again. 30 is greater than 50, meaning it was the b integer now is greater now. Okay, then this one. All right, no. If I comment this out, okay, so 50 30 is greater than a dot compared to b is equals to, and 30 is definitely not greater than 50. Okay, all right, let me see where's the error. Okay, so let's do this. System.out.println, then we say a integer dot compare to b integer. Okay, so I'll comment this out. Let's see where we are making the mistake, and then run this, run a start application, and we enter 40 and 30. So a integer, it gives us 1, and it gives us 1, that means a integer is greater than, okay, equals to 1. Oh, okay, so I see where the problem is. I see the problem. The problem is right here. I've seen it. I'll come remove this as we don't need this. I'll just say check. Okay, so this should be a integer, b integer, this should be a integer, and this should be a integer, this should all be b, and this should be b, then this should be, okay, this should be b integer, and this should be a integer. All right, so let's run this again. Tab application. Okay, so 50 and 30, 50 is greater than 30 now. Okay, so this works. All right, so do not forget the key. The -1 means it's lesser, 0 means they are the same. All right, so let's try the -1 block of code. So I would enter the first integer to be smaller than the next one. Okay, so 60 is greater than 30, which is this else block being executed now. So let's test it to be the same. All right, so they are the same, and then 30 is greater than 30, 30 is the same as 30. Okay, so is this else statement that's being executed, meaning that in your own you can make the else statement better. I can say else if, okay, if it is the inverse of this, then this should be carried out. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Please do continue your hands on, and please coming back to watch more. I hope you've learned about the integer class, and do not forget I'll be uploading this to my GitHub repository, so you can go grab the code, put it in your editor, and then edit and tweak the code as you like. So thank you for watching, and God bless you.